because we have a very valuable session tonight. We're starting our evening off with Margot Masri, founder of Heartfelt CFO and Tax Services. You all need the services that Margot's firm can provide and does provide and has provided for the last 2 decades. Please, we're in tax season's around the corner. And if you don't know it, you will know it if you get that notice that you've missed your deadlines. You don't want to be there. Margot's also provided us with tips and a handout, which we hope you will take home tonight. Her card with all of her contact information is there. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Margot. She's going to tell us a little bit about what she does, how she got into this business, and why it's important for you to listen right now. Please, Margot, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming on this really cold day. Stay with me tonight. I promise you it is worth it. I started this firm simply because I found a gap between money, business, and tax, and all of the in-between. And I was always fascinated in the real estate industry because growing up, I would see these developers tear down buildings and I would be like, you mean men, what are you guys doing? But then I would see these beautiful developments growing up and I would be like, wow, there's more to this. So through the power of tax and business, there's so much to gain and I want to give that to you. So our firm is a full diverse firm and we offer everything. Why should you listen to me? I lead by example and I want to give you that tonight. What he said, I hope you all leave with the tips and strategies that I gave you so that no matter where you are, you remember the help that I gave you. So for that, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. And this is an industry, we all know that the commercial real estate industry and some parts of the residential real estate industry, particularly the development parts, are very male-dominated, male-oriented. And Margot decided that this was an industry that needed a little bit of balance and needed more expertise from someone who has a lot of balance in her life. So I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about how she brings that to the business and how she can bring that to you as a client.
So hiring women these days, there's a 21% increase in profit. I want you all to just digest that. 21% increase by hiring women now in the industry. So think about partnerships, how that will work together hand in hand. The wealthiest women out there, they have done massive things around this when they are in partnerships. The goal of the feminine and the masculine is not to replace the masculine, but it's to emulate things that are to happen and help you be bold and courageous around what you want. This actually brings back a really important story which really rooted my growth around this industry, which is when I was young, I always thought money was hard. And growing up, I was that girl in the corner who I was like, there was that person who would have this, and there's that person who would have that. I didn't think it was for me. And there was this jacket that I wanted. And my dad wanted to give it to me. And when we were in the store, it was his face. And I saw his face, and he was like, just in distraught. Because his little girl wanted this jacket, who she thought it was gonna make her this popular girl. We got to the front, and the lady said whatever the price was, and what happened was he was just in this surprised face. And what happened is she made it work so that I can have it. And I thought that was my day. But from that moment on, when I saw that in my dad's face, I said, that will never happen again. So there my purpose happened. And think about this of where money and business, it just comes in everything. So where the balance is working off of strategies that really lead life through your wildest dreams. And that's what we provide and help you with.
One other thing to keep in mind, women are much better listeners. So we would like you to listen and not talk. And take a bit of a cue from what you're going to learn tonight. And I'm going to ask Margot to tell us in a few words about what she likes most about what she does in her business and she can do for you.
There is so much that I love, and I work through stories. So I'm going to tell you some stories that are really cherishing and exciting to see. And for all of you here, I want you to stay with me. I bet what you're talking about is so important, but try to stay with me because I want to change your lives around money, business, and tax and make this area for you the easiest, the way you ever thought was possible. So we had a recent client of ours who came, and he has about 12 different developments. And he said to me, Margot, I want to be able to go with my wife on vacations to Florida and not worry about the business. Now, he was the guy who literally every day, he was going in his phone, checking his balances multiple times a day. And he thought that was bank reconciliations. And I said to him, if we reconcile your banks and we have strategy, I bet you I can make you more money than actually moving things forward. And he said, what do you mean? I'm a provider. I have to do all of this. And what happened? I did not get the job that day. Let me just tell you that. The next day he called me and he goes, are you that girl that came in and said, I don't need to make more money. I just need strategy. And I said, I sure am. And he goes, come in here. And then from there, the journey began. And where I really want to bring this to for you is that I recently just came through a very big health journey. And because I had everything in place, I was able to enjoy recovering and all of the things with that. Now, this client, what happened was he had health things that were happening. And because the strategies that we had in place, not only was he able to take care of his health, he literally made sure that the whole team was paid regardless. So he had development plus a bunch of retail stores. And to see the Duplo effect and the ripple effect around the families because of tax strategies and business, that now the simple systems that now helped families create health, wealth, and also just nurturing the business and not closing it down. I also just want to close this loop is that health insurance, medical savings, lots of times we only want to do this because of tax savings and these things, but let's think first around our families because we're all in some sort of partnership. And that role around providing and that role around giving, it all plays into business, but it's a step-by-step that you can have it all by just having the right tips and strategies and take them at the door, because I handed them to you as well.
Thank you, Margot. Don't forget, please, those tips are written down for you, and also written down for you are the ways in which you can contact Margot. And it's something you need to do. Please take the tips, take the contact information, get in touch. Happy New Year, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Woo!